the International Association of Insurance Depositors. These are the FDICs of the world. Do you see a powerful global structure run by just a few people who really comprise a global mafia on the international level? This is it. This is it. So what they've recently done is they change the name, the power, and the structure, and we don't have time to go into it, of the Financial Stability Forum to the Financial Stability Board. And now it went from the G7 to the group of 20 regulators. Now, what are they doing here in the States? They are proposing a modernized regulatory system. Whenever you hear any congressional testimony, they are constantly talking about how we need a modernized regulatory system. Now, they are proposing in this modernized regulatory system that all of the different regulators here in the U.S. be put under one umbrella. And then you see how it will lift up to the Financial Stability Board. Now, next you want to tear down the barriers between the countries. This was done. Here are the different barriers, not all of them, but many of them, between the countries of the world. And little by little, these barriers came down. First, the economic barriers in 1944, then the political barriers with the establishment of the United Nations. Many of you know about the United Nations and all the attributes of it. The fact that it has its own monetary system called the special drawing right. Then the World Health Organization was set up. This is Rothschild owned and run. The World Health Organization, headquartered in Geneva, Switzerland, is an international group of 191 member states devoted to the maintenance and improvement of health. Can you imagine? The maintenance and health of all people throughout the whole world. How magnanimous. Its preamble to the Constitution defines health as a, quote, complete state of physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. I'd be afraid they're going to mess with my head. Many have asked, who are they? They have a world parliament. They meet just like the UN, except instead of political leaders, it's health officials. Much has been written about, as I mentioned, the Rothschild control with big pharma of who. So when we talk about vaccines like some have done, can we understand? Do we have a picture here? In 1994, the trade barriers between the countries of the world fell. Then in 2001, the military and the intelligence barriers. And here we are with the regulatory barriers. This is the last barrier that will separate us from total control. So, how does it look? It looks like this, all right? We have all the barriers of the countries of the world falling above the nation states. And then, and this is called globalization, now we have the global regulatory barriers falling. And if you're going to have regulatory barriers fall, you need a global accounting system, global taxation, a global custody system, global settlements. You need a global customs agreement. You need a global commodity exchange, and that's also what is being set up at this point, and many other things. So you're seeing this vast infrastructure being set up. Now you need a philosophy. It started in 1961, report from Iron Mountain. Basically they said, if we're going to go into peace,